Mm-hmm. We alive?
We are
Woo!
definitely alive. Hello, but now I have to mute you in normal mode so I can listen to your synced mode.
Okay.
All right, there we go.
It's very complicated. You'd have
It's
thought
super
someone would have
complicated.
made this easy by now.
You'd have thought, but a lot of streams don't do stuff where they have people on. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Just
I
gonna.
feel like post-COVID, that should have been a thing that happens fairly regularly now.
You would hope. I'm just
Hi,
posting our
Rutlo.
stream in various places. Hi, Rudolor.
Yeah, so I was weightlifting yesterday at the gym, like the bars, and now I can't really lift my arms higher than this. If I try and stretch them out, it's too much. My arms are like, nope, nope.
I remember I did that once. Yeah, when I first was doing any kind of what's it called? Any kind of exercise, like the weekend after, I was just dead. I could not move. You know what I'm missing? I'm missing my delicious natural light. That's why I look so dim. Hold on, let me do that. But yeah, I couldn't move. I couldn't do anything. I was just like, ugh, ugh. I'll just
Yeah,
sit
no,
here. It
I
was
mean,
terrible.
so I go to the gym quite a lot, but then like they were advertising this barbells class, barbell with an E on the end because it's for ladies only to try and get ladies confident at lifting weights. So I was like, okay, I'll join that. Like, I don't really lift weights, I don't really go to that end of the gym.
Mm-hmm.
And
No, that's
yeah,
very
like I go
interesting.
there, and all of the ladies are obviously far stronger than me, and they're there just like
Mm-mm,
deadlifting, and I'm like, I thought this was for beginner ladies.
mm-mm, mm-mm.
And they're really nice, to be fair. And it's one of those kind of places where they're not like you should. They're always like you shouldn't compare yourself to other people. It's only against yourself. So it's not that competitive an environment. Like I wouldn't want to be a guy in those environments. I think it must be really super competitive for a guy.
I don't know. I don't know if I really. I don't know. I'm trying to think about that. Like, how do I feel about that? I feel like there might be like a competitive click,
Yeah.
but like maybe this is just me being. It might also be different in a small town versus like a big city. Like here in New
Right.
York, like does anyone really care? Like people care that
I
I
mean,
am
you people don't
prompt.
care about each other normally, so
Yeah, yeah. Like they care that I just get my shit done. They care that I don't break the machinery or do anything stupid. But like, is anyone gonna be sitting there being like, "Huh, it's 200 versus 220. You're an idiot." Like, I can't
yeah.
imagine anyone really caring. Like, I don't know.
I don't know, like when I went to a gym in London, there was definitely like a group of guys who were in there to build muscle.
Oh yeah, like if
They
I
were
was in that team of like team bench press or whatever, I'm gonna call them team bench press. That doesn't seem too negative. But like if I was in team bench press, I can imagine there being some competition. I'd like to imagine also that it would be a positive sort of competition. Maybe there's a bunch of really nice guys, but like then I'm kind of like putting myself in the competitive zone. But if I'm just there working out, like again, I can't.
Mm.
I really can't imagine anyone is gonna want to walk into the gym and find some random person in the gym and be like, "What you're doing sucks." Like, and if they do, isn't that a lot sadder for them than for me?
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, but there's always that confidence thing, right? Of people going to the gym in the first place. Like they feel that people are looking at them when, yeah, you're right. In the
Mhm.
gym, no one looks at you.
I mean,
Like,
my biggest lack of the biggest thing that I'm not so would not be so confident about in the gym, frankly, is like good form
yeah, I don't want
and
to do myself an injury.
yeah, and like knowing how to use the equipment right. Because frankly, I
Yeah.
don't know how to use. I mean, some equipment I know how to use, some equipment I do not, and I definitely don't want to be that sitting there looking at some weird machine full of pulleys and levers and weights, and I'm just like, huh. Like there is no instructions on what to do with this thing, and there's like a picture that implies you could do something maybe, but I have no idea how to make it like that picture. And then
Yeah, like
everyone,
just like the muscles in red as well. I'm like, well, that
yeah,
doesn't tell me to use
I'm
it.
like this will catch fire if I do that. Um, and then like if you watch other people use it, I'm like, what they're doing is definitely not right. Like there's no way that. So it's difficult. And that's what I get worried about. Like I don't want to be that guy who's like clearly has no clue how to do anything.
Mm.
We got a machine in the basement of my apartment building actually, and I got really
I
freaked
know.
out.
I went to the basement of your apartment and you showed me the
Oh no, they
machine. You were
redid
like,
it. They redid it.
oh,
There's
they
new
redid it?
machines.
Oh, wow.
But like, there's this new. They got like this big power rack, and I'm gonna tell the story of this power rack because it drove me nuts. It's so I don't know if you're familiar with this device. Basically, it's for weightlifting. It's got like
Mm.
a bar, but
Mm.
it's also the bar is like within this machinery, so that the bar can't like tilt, And it guarantees the bar is going like. Well, I'm bumping my microphone. It guarantees the bar is going like on a straight line.
Right,
So
okay, so
like,
you keep the
yeah,
balance.
and this is the key part. There are safety stops you put in. So like it
Mm.
can let you do some of this stuff without a spotter. So basically, you don't want to use a big bar without a spotter because if you're doing a
Yeah.
bench press and you drop, that's dangerous. But here there are safety stops I can put in that give it a minimum level to go to. So I have some
Yeah.
amount of protection, right? That's the idea.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at this machine. I'm like, oh, sweet, this is great. Actually, another vague convenience: you don't have to put clips on the end of the weight bar because it can't tip to the point where it won't be allowed to. Okay, so this thing and it's got safety stops, and it's got all these pictures of all the different exercise you can do and where you put the safety stops for each exercise. And I'm like, oh, great. And so I'm like, oh, deadlift. All right, I can do a deadlift. That's pretty easy and straightforward and also pretty safe because the weight isn't going over my body really. So
Mm.
it's like, okay, well, you just take off the safety stops. And I go to the safety stops and I'm like, I can't take these off. I'm
Mm.
like for the life of me, I do not know geometrically how you get this safety stop off of this device. And I'm sitting there being like, I am so stupid. Like, how is it possible that I cannot comprehend how to remove the safety stops from this device?
Mm.
And I give up and I go back upstairs and I look up. I look on YouTube. I'm like, I need to understand this device. Like, I got the brand name of the device. I look up their video. I see them removing the safety stops, and I'm like, wait a minute. And it turns out that the safety stops we have are not the right safety stops for the device. They're the
Oh.
wrong. They put them on the device as they put the device together, and now you actually can't remove them at all.
Can't.
Yeah, like they're like the wrong size for the device. It's just so I'm not the stupidest, but I was
Okay.
so worried. I was so like thrown by this that I was just like, I need to understand. And then I knew that I was going to be told like you're an idiot. But then I yeah. So the moral of the story is maybe I'm not an idiot.
You're not an idiot.
I
But the
hope
people the machine together are idiots.
maybe. All right, let's see. Let's see a mahjong thing now that I've talked about
Mm.
my sad times for stuff. So what do we want to do today? We got mahjong stuff to do today.
Yeah. Do you want to share your screen and we can
I don't actually.
Dave registered for the Final Fantasy Donman Mahjong.
I did actually. I registered. So now I'm going to
Registered the
be.
biggest character now.
I have a character already.
Oh,
I
you
already made a
have
character in that data center. I don't remember what. I think what happened was, I was just like I wanted to just muck around, and so
Mm.
I made a character in a different data center and happened to be that one. And so I have like a level 11 Marauder there that I can just easily get through
You
to.
made a character on an EU server.
I just picked a different data center. I was like different one.
You have to like choose a different region to do that.
Yeah,
It's not
I
easy.
wanted to be in a different region. I don't remember. Maybe there was a reason I did this. I don't remember.
You maybe had a friend or something you were helping
I would.
out.
Who has friends? That's weird. Nobody has friends. Uh, so let's see. Let me sign into the thingy, and let's bring up a thingy, and then I'll share with you, I guess. Blorp.
I had a really good mahjong week actually. I really
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh,
so
wow.
I'm putting it down to our studying last weekend, which is why I want to do it again. See if I can get it even better. Or it'll undo all of the good work and I'll be trash again.
Interesting. So what do I want to do? I'm sharing with you.
Should we do one of the pros again? Because
Yeah, probably.
I do like watching
Who's
them.
this guy?
That's your favorite.
Let's see someone exciting. Who's Hero?
Shibata? Yeah, he's a guy.
Oh, who's a cool guy?
Tomotake. Tomotake is the one with the longest name at the top.
This one?
Yeah.
No. Really?
Yeah.
Oh, he hasn't played since these games. Here's a oh no, these are we need a Tomotake Pro game. That's, I don't see a good game that we can show all the names on.
Yeah, all those red ones are pros. We can show those.
Hmm. All right. Let's do it. Okay, here we go. And now let me see if I can get this shared with you, my dear viewers. Oh, here we go. It already knows how. I'm super smart. Look how smart I am. I did it. But then I got to share it with Gemma because otherwise she can't see it.
Now we get to enjoy the graphical mishaps
That's
of
true. I
the.
forgot to fix it. Oh no, I'm stupid.
See, you the stupid or Java the stupid?
I mean, Java's stupid for having the bug, but I'm stupid for not fixing it because I know how to fix it, at least temporarily.
So
Because
we're
I'm
sitting
being
on
pinged like whoa.
Ada Pro's seat at the moment. Tomotake's the one on he's currently south, depending on what you want to look at.
Okay, I'm responding to some message, and then I'll be starting. I'm so popular.
And why? Who? I about to say, I want to know who this person is. It's so important.
It's
I don't get any messages.
everyone. All right, all right. So do we want to do our old thing of just doing the first? I'm sorry. Which? Oh, you're right. We need to switch seats. Okay.
Yeah.
So do we want to do our first row thing, or do we want to
Yeah,
go
let's
through
do
it thing?
first row. That's
Okay, first
probably
row.
easiest.
Let's watch our first row. Let's see what happens. Blorped. East is Dora. That's going to be exciting for the dealer.
Yeah. I think it's more going to be a
South.
pain in the ass because there's 3 easts and they're all in other people's hands.
Well, we know that now.
Yeah, but it's going to be who breaks first, or if any of them breaks, and it just destroys everyone's hands.
I'm sensing a flush.
Yeah.
Now let's finish it up. And there come the graphical glitches. Alright, so here's our first row. Alright, so aside from our wonderful graphical glitches, which make me sad, I'm not going to worry. I was going to say, I might deliberately cut them off so I'm not speaking bad about about Run 2 to people. But it's all internet Mahjong, it's fine. But whatever. So
Yeah.
it looks like this is a pretty aggressive flush play from the dealer, just being like, forget it.
No,
Getting themselves...
South player.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. I'm from Tomatake. Just straight up driving for that flush.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty normal. And getting there, too. It's got 2 complete sets and a pair.
Yeah, it doesn't have very comfortable shapes. He's still got a lot of shrapnel on the honours as well. I think he's going to have to start calling if he wants to make this. He does have his own wind there, which takes it from a 2 to a 3 hand if he opens up.
If he grabs it. So he has some options. Some options to push.
He's going to have to open up there, I think. And then the other 3 players are all going to cock block each other here, I think. We've got what looks like a Chanta Sanshoku happening from the north.
Ooh.
That could force them to put the east out of their hand. Like, I'm finding it hard to see why the dealer would throw the east. Like, they're probably going to be forced to keep it and wait on it.
Yeah, like the dealer's Ishan 10, but on nothing that thrilling.
And you have to throw the east out. I mean, really.
Yeah, it'd be Pinfu Nomi if he gets it, but it just doesn't seem worth it.
And you wouldn't want to throw the east out when there's such an obvious flush hand or potential flush hand on the table from the south player here.
Yeah, because that
crazy town.
So yeah, everyone else is going to get jammed up on that east. Player to right has some good shapes forming. For maybe Pinfu Tanyao. Player across, that's Sanshoku Chanta, Sanshoku Junchan. Yeah. Junchan Sanshoku if they get lucky, but the one-mons are still out there.
I think that they'd throw the east if they managed to get into the Junchan shape.
If I was Tenpai Junchan Sanshoku, I'd take it.
Yeah, you'd have to, yeah.
I'd want to get that one so. If I get that one so, then it would be like Tenpai on Junchan Sanshoku Ippeko, or at least Pinfu Sanshoku. So like then it's value either way.
We know they're very unlikely to get that one so though.
Yes, but they don't. All right, let's do our next row and see where this goes.
Yeah.
I think row by row is a little better.
Tile by tile, it's often difficult to work out what the scheme was.
Yeah.
Yeah, our West player's kind of stuck on that East as well.
Yeah, everyone looks like they're just not happy with what's going on.
It's good Tomatake there. I mean, this situation here is going to be good for Tomatake. If they're all getting stuck with their East, it means they might be more likely to throw out bamboos, which means he can sweep them up.
Yeah. All right, so what do we got here? Tomatake is inching closer, but made progress. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 is pretty sweet.
Yeah.
1, 1, 1, 2, pretty sweet. He can now call the south. He can actually call the south and have a chance of an Itsu. Would be kind of nice. Not impossible.
Yeah, I mean, he really wants that south now.
Yeah.
That would give him the best shapes.
Player right looks like they are Ishan 10 on what would basically just be Tanyao right now. Their single step is to Tanyao, which is not worth it for them.
Yeah, no one's really moved, to be honest. Neither the dealer or West have moved at all.
Across has moved, interestingly. They've moved into being Ishan 10, but they've
Mm.
given up the Junshan. Like, they won't get the Junshan Sanshoku.
They get the chanter though, because I think if they draw an east, then they can cut a 3 and a 2 man.
Oh, they've basically decided that
Yeah,
East is just not leaving. Sorry, too bad. And thusly, it's time to give up on that and just
yeah,
go for straight up Chanta with the East as the pair. Oh, it could still be Sanchoku Chanta, which would
yeah.
still be a
Essentially,
perfectly Sanchoku Chanta Dora 2 is still a perfectly good hand.
yeah.
Okay, so that's why they
And
cut that.
let's say they don't get the one bamboo, they can still be Ricci.
Yeah, still be reach. It would be reach.
Dollar two.
Yeah, that's 3 Han. That's solid.
Yeah.
And our poor dealer is just probably like agonizing over the fact that everything sucks right now.
Yeah.
Um, and they're just not getting to. They're not going to be able to get to anywhere they want to get probably. Which
No, and
is a
even
little
if they
rough.
want to make the East their pair, they're going to throw out those 9 bamboos towards
Yeah,
Toмотake,
towards a
which
flush
is
that they
super
can see.
dangerous for them as well, because Toмотake, even if he wasn't Tenpai, he could still take them for a chi.
Yeah, you don't want to be
Well,
feeding into that flush if you can help it.
yeah, yeah,
All right, let's keep going for row 3. Or, ooh,
nope.
good draw for Toмотake there.
Yeah. So North is holding on to the dream. Everyone else is just drawing tiles and discarding them straight away. Oh,
Pretty much.
so now West player is folding over
Whoa,
there.
whoa. Sorry, let me
Yeah,
go back a couple
yeah, go
because
back, go back, go back.
this is the moment where dealer decides they're just gonna throw the East, um, which is a risky play.
Well, West is obviously folding now.
Because that 5 pin pass and they're just like, forget it. I'm just throwing the other
Yeah.
5 pin and I'm not throwing anything. And it looks like the player after him changes their mind about something. Because they've
Yeah,
gone from discarding exactly what they've drawn for a long time to throwing that 3-mon. So they've obviously changed their mind based on West's input.
yeah,
They drew it. Well, they drew that Chun, and so maybe the imagination is that if they were taking a step forward, it would probably be into reach.
yeah.
So it's very probable that they're instead taking a step backwards. So if 2 players now are taking a step backwards, Toмотake is the only threat for that East.
I don't know if I
It's
could
still
throw that.
super risky. It's
It,
super
it is
risky.
it is Ada, so he's a much better player than any of us. But I would that's some balls.
It's
I
yeah.
don't think I'd have the guts to do that. I got to be honest. Maybe he thinks that if Toмотake is close on his flush, he'd have called already.
Mm, maybe. Maybe. Like, maybe he's I mean, not to assign people mystical powers to make. Maybe he's divined what's going on here. Maybe he
Yeah,
feels like
exactly.
it's probable that because both of these players went from looking like they're pretty ready, or at least pretty fixed in their hands. Definitely
Mm,
both West and North looked like for a good chunk of time their hands were at least fixed on a path.
mm,
Why would they
yeah.
be deviating from their path now? And the answer might be because they each have an East. Because
Yeah.
at this point the Easts are either stuck in everyone's hand or one person is waiting for it.
Yeah. So he's decided to break cover and
So now
discard the
he's
east.
decided that the East is stuck in everyone's hand.
And the other thing as well is it's yeah, I don't know. It's a double hand for him. It's still a Yaku for everyone else though.
Yeah, it's still valid. That's a risky play, but he is also doing it to be ready. So maybe the other
Yeah.
issue is he's risking it to hold on to the deal, hopefully, and not just let
Mm,
it slip away on nothing on the first hand of the game.
yeah.
I don't know. I'd be very curious to hear what he had to say about this, because it's easy to assign people superpowers and say, oh, they could obviously tell that this was going on, but I'd be curious if that was the assessment.
East comes out.
Toмотake, seeing that, gets worried. Ooh,
Oh, so
and
he lets it go around once and then decides to reach.
yeah, well, because he saw the second East come out.
Yeah.
At this point, he feels, I don't know. Again, I'm assigning, which may or may not be true, but I would
Mm.
imagine maybe he's like, I was right.
Yeah,
Nobody
so now
had
he
these Easts.
yeah, so now he knows that there can't be someone with with a Pong of Easts, which is also which would give them forehand straight
Right.
away. So now
Right.
he's seen that. He's like, okay, okay, I'm gonna reach. And also it's the last tile he
It's
can
like
reach
his
on.
last discard, so he's kind of just like, I might as well.
Mm.
Because he doesn't want to change his hand. He's not going to give up on the deal.
Yeah.
It's a reach on the Tumon only. Everyone.
Everyone bails. I mean, it's pressure. Well, yeah, no, he could have conceivably decided he wanted to push people off their tempi.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a shame because he did successfully push Tomotake off his tempi.
Was he tempi?
He would have been.
No.
He would have been. He if he had the two. If he replaced a 4-5 with two
Uh,
souths, this is tempi.
oh yeah, you're
Um,
right. Yes. Yes.
but
No. Yes.
what? Yeah, 1, 2, 3,
Yes.
4, 5, 6,
Okay.
7,
Yeah.
7,
Yeah.
8.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Getting confused by those ones over there.
yeah, yeah. So, but I mean, that is not an insane thing that Tomotake did, which is to break with his nice safe souths in the face of a dealer reach. He could have
Yeah.
called these souths actually. He could have called the dealer reach south, and then, but he
Yeah,
would have
but
had to throw a Formon into that, which is not a good look.
no.
No, it's just not worth it. So he decides
Yeah.
break time. He's gonna get out of
Yeah.
here, and the dealer wins 3,000 points for this gutsy East discard. Really won him those points.
Mm.
That push is what let him get to where he needed to go and push everyone else off and make everyone else sad.
Mm.
All right, hand one.
I see. Right.
Hey, Siri. Okay, so
Ooh,
now,
Fedora.
yeah, this is rough. This is rough though. The shape of that is not pleasant. So let's see
Mm.
what happens in our first cycle.
Well, Dealer's he's already got a Yaku hidden
Oh yeah,
with the trip of Red Dragon. That's not nice
so
for
dealer
everyone
can
else.
start
to see.
pushing.
Yeah, the others look quite regular. I can't see we're going to see anything spectacular out of those hands. So
Yeah,
Tomataki is obviously going to go for a pin for Ricci with two Dora.
yeah, he's breaking up that 7, 8, 9. Probably on the assumption that he's never throwing the other 7, so whatever.
Yeah, they're going to be a pair. So now he's moving towards a Tanya shape
Oh wait,
here.
I'm sorry. Hold up, I went too far.
Dealer went. Yeah, we got. Hey.
This is the end of first row. Here we go. So Tomotake's got some good callable Tanya Dora Dora stuff going on here.
Mm.
I think he's just decided he's just going to go fast. He's got 2 Dora. There's an extra 1,000 on the table. It's good. Would be a good start to get him to the deal. Player right. Actually, is player right is Ishan 10. It's just a weird one. Yeah, they have 2, 3, 4, 7, 7, 3, 3, 3, 4, 5, 7, 7. It's a little awkward. They could be tempi. They've chucked only terminals and ends, so they've actually had a pretty efficient trip to tempi. Now they're probably going to want to massage it into a slightly better shape.
Mm.
Across has that 6, 7, 8 Sanshoku brewing, which is also they've managed to do it well. No, they threw that 3-mon and the extra 2-pin. Bless you. I'm surprised they threw the extra 2-pin because the 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 shape is pretty good. Although they still have it, so maybe it just doesn't matter. Maybe they figure the other 2-pin's going to go away anyway.
Keeping us straight open, maybe.
Yeah. And so what happens here? Dealer 1, 2, 4, 5. Oh, with the 3-mon discard, the dealer's going to grab it to have 4, 5, 6.
Tempi on the
And
4,
they're going
7.
to tempi on the 4, 7. And that's great tempi also because that lets them take the Dora in. So this is a fast grab.
Sierra is banning us to go and watch Mulan for $30.
Don't draw Mulan. Don't watch Mulan.
Not for $30.
Not ever.
Really?
Forever.
I think it'll be good.
It is not an ethical film.
Like just because some people in it are a bit sketch.
It was also filmed in Xinjiang.
That's a very big province. Like
And
a
they
huge
gave shout outs to the security forces of the province in the credits. It was a big problem. It's a big problem.
I don't know. I think people are misunderstanding the size of China and the sorts of people involved in these things.
That China's big, but like, come
Like
on,
Xinjiang's
Disney.
a huge province. Like there are a lot of places. That doesn't necessarily mean that you're involved in some of the allegedly.
I don't think that Disney was specifically involved. I think that would be a little far fetched. But like,
No.
okay, hold on. Let's talk about this
Okay.
game before I talk about my
All right, let's get to the end of the
opinions on
hand,
entertainment.
and then you can tell me why you're
I
wrong.
will. Oh, hold on. So dealer calls to get Tempai, deals a 7 pin. Player cross now calls the 7 pin. They're now Tempai on the 3 and the 7 mon. So everyone's kind of racing a little bit right
Yeah.
now. Okay. Uh, okay. Tomatake also takes a grab.
Yeah. Everyone's going fast now. They want that extra
Yeah.
reach stick that's on the table.
Apparently, that's the most valuable thing.
Stop. Oh no, stop in a minute. Stop
Yeah.
now. Yeah.
Okay. So Tomatake is in an interesting spot. He can take in a 4 a 5. He can take a 7.
He really wants to tell them. Yeah. So
Yeah, he really wants that 7.
he's tempo on the 4, the 5, the 8 bamboo, but he doesn't want the 8 bamboo.
No, that would
That
be a bad play to have to
and the
do.
3 and the 6 pins. That's quite nice. And he could call any of those. And I
Mm.
expect you to call apart from the 8 bamboo.
7 mon and 3. That's a tough one. 3 would probably come
He's
out right now.
easily upgraded though.
That's true. A lot of draws will
With
upgrade
6
that.
man, you can't upgrade to the 8 man without putting yourself in footy 10, but you can upgrade with the 2 or the 4 or the 5 bamboo. So
And our player in North has changed their mind on the 6, 7, 8 Sanshoku, interestingly.
Mhm.
I'm a little surprised they've done this, but I need to review when they made these choices because that 8 happened a while ago.
mm.
But it was right after 2 people opened up their hand. I think they're holding that West for safety,
Yeah,
and
but
I
yes.
think that they're looking to do Reach Pin Futanyao Dora.
Yeah, I mean, it's what they're doing is they're making a decision to not have a difficult to win Sanchoku because first of all, it's going to be difficult to get the 5 or the 8 in this situation with the 7 being the Dora, and
Mm.
then the other place would be the 6 and the 8 man was where he was waiting, and that's a really ugly shape to get the 7 in there. So he's just shifted it over. He's taken an easier to win Pinfu shape over a higher value but difficult to win Sanchoku shape.
And he's done that by holding that West. Like in theory, he could still have that 8 mon and have thrown the West. But I feel like
Mm.
that's really abandoning yourself to the winds of fate a little bit and just saying
Yeah.
like, whatever, I'm maximizing it all.
Yeah, exactly. That would be maybe a more end of gameplay, whereas it's so close. Why would you risk
Yeah, it's still
losing?
East 1. There's no point throwing away all sense of safety.
Yeah.
All right, let's see where we go here. West is made even more safe. Oh my god, dealer's just throwing whatever. Okay, so player right has upgraded their weight to just a 4 weight.
I'm not sure
And
if that's an upgrade.
well, they changed it, and I think it is a minor upgrade because it allows for 2 things. It allows them on drawing a 5 mon to get Sanshoku, but it also allows them on drawing the Dora to hold it and wait on the 6. So this
I'd agree
is
on.
like a 2-step. I think that's the importance here is that this is a 2-step change.
Yeah, and the 3 bamboo is safe on the dealer as well, which is extra nice.
Oh,
Oh,
and they
hey.
could have won if they just ignored any instincts, as always happens in Mahjong.
Oh,
Oh, whoa.
oh, Tamahane, head bump.
Atamahane on the 4, which is super interesting, saving Tomatake 500 points and bumping the deal. Yeah, so this bumps our player up by 2,300 points. I mean,
Yeah, but it's no, it's. I mean,
it's
it
an
makes sense.
understandable thing.
To so 3 hand. It makes sense.
Yeah. No, it was worth pushing, and this happens, bumps, and now he gets to be the dealer. So hey, isn't that great? Oh, this is nice.
That's a nice.
I like this. I like this start already. But do other people have good starts? Let's see. Player right has something interesting. I don't know if it's going to go in, with a few draws it could go somewhere cool. Across is a little bit rough. 7s and 9s. And our ex-dealer... I feel like everyone's got some tough material. Hi there, eat french fries. How goes it?
Hey,
We like french fries.
I know. I was about to say I want French fries now. Why are you bringing
Your fry culture. Oh my
Yeah.
god. All right. I see what's going on now. I see what's going on now. I'm detecting a flush from the player. Oh my god.
And they are tempeh. Yeah, tempeh.
Let's finish the. Oh, welp. So,
Oh, Tomatake. It looked really nice for him, but no,
yeah,
not.
he had a lot of exciting stuff going on, and then player cross is just like time for a flush and nailed
That's
it.
really fast.
Yeah. Well, well, in that time, uh, our current North player managed to get themselves reasonably close to Tempai for that duration. Player to right
Five was
was had a
exciting.
toy thing going on there.
Yeah.
A possible Suanko if they got lucky.
Yeah, I would say you definitely with that you definitely be thinking Yakuman time.
Yeah, that could have been it could have been a glorious victory for
So
many people.
quick as well,
Instead,
yeah.
instead it was just a half flush. Yeah, no wasted draws. All right, well that's the end of Tomotake's deal, but he still gets a great opening hand here. The problem is this is a fast hand, but he needs a bigger hand to like get himself
Yeah.
back in the running.
Well,
So
I mean,
let's
he's not hugely behind still.
no,
It's just
but
a
like
sad that he's lost his dealership.
yeah, and like scooting for a 1,000 point hand isn't going to be worth it. I don't think right away.
If it was Dama, I'd do it, but yeah, I probably wouldn't reach a one hand.
Let's see what happens. Bumped, bumped.
Pretty normal. Normal.
Yeah, everyone's throwing some
Yeah,
end tiles.
poor dealer's got a mess there, actually. It's starting
Yeah,
to the dealer, but yeah, it's not.
sometimes
It's a little bit more work than you'd want to.
messes are inspiring because they have so many. Oh dear.
Oh, everyone's going to be a little bit scared now after that crazy fast.
All right, so this
Uh,
is our first row.
yeah.
Yeah. So this is a good. This is a nice reach pinfu. It's a solid enough hand, although there's no Dora, but it's fast and it's got a good weight.
Yeah.
2-5 mon weight. Um, discards are pretty not obvious as to what the heck is going on over there.
Mm.
So Tomotake 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Tomotake is Ishan 10, but probably not super thrilled with the situation the game is in right now. Player, our current dealer 455 88 222 457. I mean 357. They could try rushing for Tanyao, but like with this reach on the table, that becomes so much more dangerous. And so
Yeah.
now they have to think about their lives and what they want to do.
Yeah, it's really tough. I'm not even sure. I mean, they've got all those twos they can just fold with.
Yeah, which might be the right answer. That actually might be what I do, is just
But you
start.
can at least take out two of the twos
Yeah.
and have two free shape instead of a 2 2 2 3 5 7 shape.
And then during that time, see what comes out. You might get
Yeah.
more safety. So the dealer at least has the ability to chill out and not totally destroy their
Twice
hand.
time, yeah.
Yeah, player left is also flying blind now. They've got very little that's safe at all. Actually, they have nothing that's overtly safe.
No. No, I wouldn't want to be in that position.
Totake.
When did they throw out that 9 pin though?
Yeah, I don't know why they cut that.
Go back, go back.
Was it right after the reach? It was right after the reach.
Oh, okay.
So they
Right,
decided
okay.
that 9 pin was what they were going to throw. I guess because. I guess. It's a little risky. It's in the same suit as Dora.
Wow, I mean it's far, far from the door, but
Yeah.
it's out. It's on the outside, I guess, is the thing. You can see 2 8s and you can see 2 7s. You can see 3 9s.
Okay, so they
So
figure they have more data on 7, 8, 9 than anything else. So
yeah,
they might as well go with what they have. That's I mean that's a
yeah.
fair assessment.
I mean you got nothing with the other. I mean you can't go from the 1 2 because that's right by the Dora,
Right.
and that 8 9 9 on the bamboo. You've got no information
No
there. So
information at all.
yeah, it's still pot luck.
Yeah,
But
it's a rough throw, but it's the
it's
best throw they can make.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what happens with our second row if we get through it. Yep, dealer throws a 2 just to chill out. Lucky draw.
Yeah, so yeah,
Another 2.
the dealer's doing exactly
Oh my
what
god.
I said that would be
This
the smart.
poor dealer. Oh, they're just all the 2s are gone now.
Yeah.
That 1 is pretty safe if I had to throw something, given that the
Yeah,
2s are all
yeah,
dead.
because you got the wall there, the wall of twos.
5 pin is safe. Dora's safe.
Yeah, so West is just completely folding their hand. They do not need to be involved in this.
Okay. So, let's see what's happened here. Tomotake. Ugh.
Pushing a little.
He's like, yeah, he's
He threw
playing
that
around a
six.
little bit.
Threw the six after that six. No, he didn't. Right?
It's a 4th discard,
It's
so no, he threw the 6 after the 6 was safe.
yeah, yeah. And then he decides the seven is safe, and there's really not much information on that.
And he walks back to the
Can't
4. I
see
guess if
the
the
eight
1 is
man.
safe.
The one is safe. No, I mean you can't
No,
see
no,
the eight
he
man.
threw the 1. At the point at which he threw the 4, he knew both the 1 and the 7 were safe. But he took the risk with the 1.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying the seven. The seven man was bold.
Yeah. The 7 man, yeah, there was nothing you could do.
I can't see any information on that. So he's pushing. He doesn't want to go off this hand.
Yeah. And
Um,
he's Ishan 10 here. He's Ishan
yeah,
10 and he could take a Dora in. I think he's fantasizing about getting that 3 pin.
don't know.
But he also now knows that the 1-so is almost definitely safe. Like, all the 2-sos are revealed, so the only way the one... If it's like a hell weight on a single 1-so, that's really the only possible option.
Yeah.
Which seems...
So yeah, dealer is folding,
Dealer seems to
folding
even
and
if
trying to stay live, dancing.
they're
We
getting this
needed time for that.
beautiful Cheetoy shape here. But, at least they have those 7s now. They can throw those 7s. They know they're safe. And then all 4
Yeah,
7s are visible, which makes the 8s
and the
more
four man is
safe.
safe. The four is safe,
Oh, yeah, the 4 is
so
safe. So they have material to fold with.
they have
So let's
material to
see.
fold and also get into Cheetoy.
Yeah. We don't
I
have
think
too
they're
much. We don't have too much left. So let's
no.
see.
Yeah, and they're trying to dance into a Cheetoy, but it's probably too far for them to get to it.
Oh my god, Tomotake is throwing his Hatses. Oof. And throws in with the 2.
Yeah, I guess
Why
he
the
commits at this point.
2?
He can't throw the four bamboo.
I
He can't
guess.
five man.
Well,
I
the
mean,
5
you'd
man's just
always
as deadly.
yeah, but you always usually choose towards the outside if you're going to. I mean, you can see one, two, you can see two, three man, and you can see three, one man. Oh, you can see three, three man and three, one man.
Hmm.
So it's not safe, but
It's not
the
insane.
the chances are getting smaller and smaller that he has the other three.
The 6 pin. The 6 pin has nice Suji on the with the 3 and the 9 being safe, but like that's still no guarantee.
No, it would be risky. No, I mean he kind of committed, hadn't he, to win?
Yeah, I
Because
guess.
otherwise he could have thrown those one bamboos.
He could have had a 4-5-6 Sanchoku if he'd done a little different. But yeah, he could have done that. There's a bunch of options. That's a tough one. But he decided to
Yeah,
commit to the 2, which it wasn't a crazy call, but did not pay off for him.
no.
Now he's in a bad spot. Because now he is significantly down. So let's see what happens. What do we got here? Hand starts with the Dora. Ugh. Ugh.
Dave's favorite type of hand.
Ugh.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8. 8. Not even enough for Kyushu Q high.
Potential Sanshoku 789 up there, maybe.
Yeah.
A little ways, but it could happen. This got Easts, but that's really all this has going for it. There's a door hanging out. All right, so let's see what we get in our our first row of progress here. Ooh, good pick.
Yeah, that's a good draw.
Yeah, that's high skill drawing right there.
Steeler is going straight forward. They've managed to lock in their ability to use the door, which is nice.
Ooh. Tomotaka's hand is just leaping forward. Oh my god.
He's getting the draws now.
Yeah, everything's good for him right here.
Although Dealer is
Alright,
one
so that's our
away,
first row.
Ishanten, and they are now Tempai.
Ugh. But
You
it's a
want to
weird
take
Tempai.
cruddy Tempai. Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
cruddy one. I don't like it.
Easily upgradable, but not so great as it is.
Yeah,
Hmm.
your Dealer. I think you have to reach it.
You think so? You think it's worth just driving straight ahead into it?
Yeah, especially as you've frightened everyone now. Like,
Hmm.
this is Cosway, by the way, but she's riding high on this table. I reckon a nicely timed reach now will make everyone fold.
Hmm. Maybe not. Well, player left isn't actually in that great a spot. Um.
Oh. Yeah. Well, they can throw out those easts.
Yeah, they might have to.
They go for a Tanya.
Player right's just like I don't know what they're doing over there. They're just like futzing around apparently.
They've got shrapnel after
Yeah, they're just
shrapnel.
like fine,
This
just
is junk.
tiles. All right,
This
let's
is
see what
this.
happens.
He's like, my hand's garbage. All right, does
Yep.
Cosway? Yeah, she reaches, which
On
is
the
what I
5
would do.
mon only, and everyone else decides that they don't know if they care.
Well, no,
No, I don't.
no. Everyone's folded, I
Yeah,
think.
player
So
left
far.
is folding. Tomotake is playing safe.
Folding, yeah, but
Uh, Not
no,
entirely. He's still alive,
yeah.
but he's playing it safe. Oh my god.
To
All right.
okay.
Let's see here. So Tomotake is Ishanten.
Hmm.
It's not the prettiest, but it is Ishanten. And he's got a 4-5-6 Sanshoku chance. Hey, if only he'd held that Tuso from so long ago, he would be sitting pretty with his 4-5-6 potential Sanshoku.
Hmm.
But that's easy to say looking back. Player left is Tempai
Yeah.
on the
We're
Tuso
going to
5
try
side. They've
that with
managed to
these.
sneak their way in with those draws. Player to the right is probably sad because of all the pairs they've thrown and all the pairs they have yet to draw.
Hmm.
But they have a lot of safety.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I think that's why we have the two-man discard from Tomotake here as well. I think with those two East discards from the South player, that's going to be a red. That should be a red flag to anyone that this player is either Tempai or doing something very interesting, and you should be careful. That's really like if you see that kind of behavior, you should all be like, okay, I need to watch this player, whether they reach or not. That player's probably Tempai, or doing something so frightening you don't want to find out what they're doing.
all right, so let's see where things go. Oh, it's almost over. Let's see what happens.
Where is it?
Oof. Oof. Again.
Yeah, they got away with the two-man, but I mean, there's no eight-man out there, are there? One very early.
Yeah, like what else do you throw? You could throw the Tuso.
You
I
throw the
guess.
three-pin.
Yeah, but then you're folding.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, what? It's Tanya Dora 1 at the moment.
Sanchoku.
I guess it gets potential Sanshoku. Yeah, okay, okay. I guess it's worth it then.
Yeah, it's a shot of the manga in hand. Throwing that poor Tuso really took him off that. I'm curious to go back and see, like, at the point at which he threw it when it was all alone.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it later came back.
It was a
to him.
pretty obvious discard at that point.
Yeah. That
You
just sucks.
wonder if you'd thrown the 6-0 out there.
Of that setup.
No, before. No. I mean after when he froze in.
Oh,
Could have thrown 6-0 there. The 6-0 is pretty safe to the dealer, at least. I mean, you're
True.
definitely not thinking about any 4-5-6 Sanchoku
Yeah,
then.
then he's just got a chance. But I mean, Tanya Dora 1 out from under the dealer reach isn't a terrible place to be.
Mm.
Yeah, could have done the 6-0. Could have gone
Mm.
in that direction. Oh my god. All right. Now we're still in East 4. And he got East. All right. And East is the Dora. Oh,
Yay!
this makes me think of one of my games where like the Mahjong gods keep being like, "No, it's okay. Check this out." But then you lose anyway.
Yeah, seriously, they do play with us and our hopes and our
Yeah.
dreams.
All right, we got a lot of options here. The other two Easts are already out on the table, stuck in people's hands, which is actually great because that means they're
Yeah.
gonna have to come out. So he's got plenty of time.
Dealer's
Uh,
got some nasty crap up there.
yeah, let's see. Everyone else has kind of gunked up hands right now, so let's see what they do with it in the first go around.
I think Tomotaki's going to go for a flush here. Flush door 2. It's the most obvious way to get a Yaku into your hand here.
Let's see.
Red Dragon, yeah.
Is done for. No, looks
Okay.
like he's just trying to win it.
He's going to make something beautiful.
5, 6, 7. 3, yeah, it looks like he just wants to finish this and get it done. And I mean, East Door 3 is Mangan, so I think he's just thinking, trying to be too hasty and going for a flush is too much. Player right is Ishan 10.
Well, I mean, Tomataka, sorry, just before we move on, he has built himself an exit route with that green dragon.
True. Because
That's
he knows
his
that's
exit.
totally dead.
Yeah,
2,
he's
3 of them are out.
obviously. Yeah, that's obviously, he's obviously got in the back of his mind, this is not going to come through for him today.
Right. He's just worried enough after these past experiences.
Exactly. Fourth player is, Ishanten, as you say.
Fourth player is Ishan 10. On what right now could be Pinfu if they get it right, but maybe could be Pinfu Ipeko. It's fine. It could be Pinfu Tanyao Ipeko even if everything goes perfectly for them, but that's a bit of a push.
Yeah, that's a bit of a stretch.
Player cross 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 5, 7. They're like putting it together, but not getting a ton of raw material. Player
No.
left 2, 3, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6, 7, 7. They're actually getting pretty close.
Yeah,
But
and this is
still,
like a
it is too
replay of the first hand, and these Easts are gumming up.
Yeah,
East.
coming up everyone's works.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see. Row 2. Boink. Okay, don't want it.
No. Oh.
He takes that to get the pair.
Yeah, so now he's going to have to reach it then. But he
Throws
is
away
Ishan.
safety.
Yeah.
Oh, nope.
You got to me. Well, yeah.
There we go. Tenpai on the 8-mon.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's our... Oh, wait, we get one more thing. All right. So now he's in his zone. He's got East Door 3. Tenpai on the 8.
Mangan.
Mangan is a little bit of a rough spot, though, because he can't improve that weight, because he's thrown the 5 already. But it's cool. It's a good hand. Player
And it
right.
looks likely that's going to come out from the other players. I mean, look at the way they're treating the man tiles.
Yeah.
There's a good chance that the 8's going to come out, or someone's going to have to decide to fold to keep it in their hand.
Player across just drew into Tenpai, though. Dealer's Tenpai now.
Yeah.
And probably would just reach this. Or maybe dominant, because it is technically Pinfu. So they might just chill.
Yeah.
In the face of that East Door 3, maybe they want to not lock themselves into throwing whatever they draw.
Yeah, they could probably throw the Souths out quite safely if they drew something they didn't like the look of.
Yeah, so I could see them dominating this.
I'd
Player
say
left is
down.
also Ishan 10. They need a very specific... Well, they need a 3-pin or a 1-4 Mon. And then throw a Forso out, which doesn't look too terrible, but let's see where it goes from here. Yep, they dominate.
Yeah, done. Oh, they got their one man from the South player.
Oh, yeah.
So they're worried about those Souths, so they
Nope.
hold that, and it comes out.
It comes out. The dealer holds their Tenpai on the 8-mon, not being too worried about it. And Tomotake pulls himself back into the running and is now within
Yeah,
striking distance of everyone.
that was the exact person they needed to take that from.
Yeah, it
That
was
was
a
everything
really perfect hit.
together. Yeah, and as Brunikzaru says, that's a Suji trap as well. If the dealer is worried that Tomotake has made it into
You always
Tenpai.
yell about things not being a Suji trap.
Well, there is a Suji trap because they haven't reached on it.
I see.
Yeah, I just say, the problem is often people say it's a Suji trap when they reach on it. I'm like, that because there's lots of instances where you have a 1-3-5 shape, for example, and you throw the 5 to get into Tenpai and reach on it, which means the 5 is not it's not people say that's a trap, and I'm like, but you reached on it, and that kind of 1-3-5 shape is not an unusual shape to end up with before your Tenpai.
That makes sense.
But it would be unusual to throw if you had a 1-3-5 shape. It'd be unusual to throw the 5 until you'd managed to lock in the shape. So it would be unusual for it to come out earlier.
Right.
And it came out quite early. And as you can see here, Tomotake has done your swappy doppy with the 3-pin.
Yeah, make it look like they're still not ready.
Yeah, exactly.
Still chaining the hand up.
Yeah, which would make, they've done it, yeah. Which would make the East player, the dealer, even more think that, oh, okay, that's not a 1-3-5 situation or a 5-7-9 situation. That's just trimming out the fat.
Well, it worked, and he got his 8,000 points.
That was a Suji trap, correct. Thank you, Bruce.
All right, so now what do we got? We got South Round.
Yeah.
We got player right. I'm sorry, West player. You got your West and your Haku. His hand just says, like, go. Just go. Just get out of here.
Yeah.
Be done with this garbage. It's a very fast hand. Player across. Those East in there don't help you anymore. 2, 3, 4. Not bad. Not bad. 5, 6. Dealer. I'm not so thrilled with what dealer's got. They also have 2 Dora, though. Yeah.
Dora.
But that means they got to make something of it, which is rough.
Mm.
And yeah, Tomotake's got an interesting 1-2-3 Sanchoku shape, maybe.
Maybe. And the nice thing here, though, is with the West player's hand, is that compared with before, with the point difference, now this hand is worth a lot more. Because although the value actually hasn't extended, winning a 2,000 point hand off this table is worth a lot more now.
Yeah, because everyone's so close together.
Yeah, although they didn't call that West, which is interesting. They obviously want to play with it a little bit longer. I think maybe I'd have done what you said. Like, okay, I'm going for it now, and called that West.
Yeah. All right, so let's see what's happened in our first go. Yeah, West player, as you said, gave up on their West and looks to be trying to massage their hand into something better. Maybe looking to wait on the West and the Haku if they can get there.
Yeah, they might. I'm sure if a Haku comes out or another West comes out, they'll call it. Maybe because there's still a little bit of work to do to get into an Ishanten. Not Ishanten, no, like 2 Shanten. Still a little bit more work to do to get into, get towards Tenpai. They might have decided, well, I'm going to wait for the next one. See how this plays with everyone else.
Player across is Ishanten, which is kind of neat. But not like on anything, but it's...
probably licking their wounds a little bit as well after that 8-man throw.
Yeah, with those 3 East, though, they have so much safety built in, they can just check out whenever they want.
People do bring a psychology with them, as each from the previous hands. You shouldn't, but that's what people do.
Yeah. Well, it's hard to forget, you deal in, you're like, ugh, this is terrible, ugh, what's going to happen?
Yeah, and then it just looks like someone just dominates the table, and you can't get out of that mindset.
Player left, our current dealer, is moving towards a potentially callable Tanya, which is kind of interesting. They're making the most of that door and seeing if they can get value out of it.
I think if the 7-man or the 8-man comes out, they'll call it immediately.
They'll probably grab it, yeah. I can see that.
Otherwise they're hoping for a 6 or a 9 to kind of create an e-pick or waiting shape over there.
Which will be nice.
But yeah, I think if the 7 or the 8 comes out, I mean the 7 obviously, but the 8 I think they'd also call, even though it doesn't give them value there. It does move them to pie.
I am buzzing for...
And Tomotake, I am not excited. That is just a mess. Especially with your first 6 discards. That is not a situation you want to be in. I would probably just be scheming to get out of this without losing points.
Yeah, this just doesn't look like. Well, we got 4 pairs. I feel like Chitoy is maybe a nice little backup plan while you hold on to all these tiles that'll
Yeah.
help get you out of danger.
Yeah, okay. I would happily move towards a Cheetoy, but I'm folding this if this at any point you
Yeah,
continue.
the slightest appearance of danger, and I'm gone with this. It's just
Yeah.
not worth it at this point. Let's check out row 2. Everyone's just.
Now I'm the buzzer.
How dare you? Interesting.
Gosh, I feel really sorry for West. It looked like it was going to be good, and maybe they should have called the Wests and changed. Oh, they didn't call the white. Yeah, I guess they are not wanting to do this.
All right, hold on. No, wait,
Oh
no.
no, they are gonna. They are. Oh gosh.
So let's see here. So at this point, Tomotake's got 5 pairs,
Yeah,
which is
he's
kind of interesting. So he's definitely holding on to that possibility.
yeah, he's definitely doing Cheetoy here, and Cheetoy Dora too, beautiful.
Good
Nothing
hand.
wrong with.
And frankly,
Yeah,
yeah, it gives him a lot of safety built into this hand. Like half of his hand are safe tiles right now too, which
yeah,
is great.
yeah. He
Um,
can easily out if someone reaches.
yeah, I don't know what player West is doing, but I think they're kind of focused on that West Haku weight that they really want. I don't know if that's good or not, but they seem
Yeah,
pretty focused on it.
yeah. I think maybe I'd have called with with that presumption that I told you at the beginning that 2000 actually is a lot of value on this hand on this game here
Mm.
now, but they haven't. I mean, maybe they want to draw in the Dora there. I mean, the Haku came out. They could fold still.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm a little surprised that North now is North going for like Sanonko potential.
Maybe.
Like what are we doing here? What are we doing?
Maybe they're just cross.
Yeah,
They're
they
like,
would just be like, "Ugh, forget it. I'm
I'm
not
gonna get
discarding
yak,
anything."
man. I teach you to take my bloody
Yeah.
point. 8 man, bastard.
Dealer's holding a 9, so I think for safety purposes also. But they
Yeah,
are
yeah,
very close to being Tenpai. They can call to be Tenpai instantly at this point, so
yeah. And
they
then
seem pretty
they
happy.
throw the knights out. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's see where we go. Row 3. Oh, really?
They really, really want to incorporate the Dora more than anything they've ever wanted in
Yeah,
their life.
apparently it is truly their greatest goal. But they'll
Oh,
give up on it to wait on that
they
8
don't want the Dora
Urahaku.
now. Yeah, I kind of wonder if maybe they should have. Oh.
Oh,
I,
dear.
I wonder. Oh, like I really feel for West here because this is how I play sometimes. I'm like, no, I'm going to wait for to draw my own value tiles, and then screw myself over.
Yeah, so now they're Tenpai on that. They got the 7.
Yeah, I know, but now they're 3-10
Yeah, how did they do that? Hold on. What did they
because they
do?
had six. They had 6-8-8, and they decided to wait on the 8 or the white dragon, and
Oh, but
then
then
they
when they
drew.
drew the 7, they were like, I can't do this anymore. Well, crap.
Yeah,
Oh dear. Poor West, you are in a bad way. And you've done nothing this game either. Like, they've had no.
yeah, and I'm surprised because I think both of us said at the beginning, right? Okay, we just call this. This is our time now, guys,
Yeah,
and just because at the moment I think they're still yakitori, right? They haven't won a hand
they
at
have
all
not won
this
a
game.
hand. No.
I probably would have just gone right. I am, especially with the dealer being my closest competitor at the moment. I mean, right? Okay, I'm going to try and get 2,000 points, knock them to 28, put me up to 32. I've got a 4,000 difference between me and the place below me, and I've got only 2,000 to get up to top.
Yeah, yeah.
That'd be my calculation.
Let's take a step forward and get what
Yeah,
you can get out of it.
yeah.
So North is really focused on Sanonko. It looks like that's all they care about either, but it's leading them to hold on to these 6-Os, which is the dealer's winning tile. So good for them. They're making it happen.
Yeah.
Um, and then yeah, Tomotake's kind of like confused by this. I think this like we haven't seen him really respond, but I'm betting he starts to bail. Although it's last tile now coming up.
Yeah. Let's see the last tiles.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's not wanting anything to do with this.
fail.
All right, so it goes to Tenpai no Ten here, as
Dealer gets.
everyone's dreams get crushed. All right.
So unfortunately, this pushes Tomotake down quite a bit. But then all of those three players now brought into, brought closer together because of Kozue, the North player, not being able to beat Tenpai.
Gary Cole and Midnight Caller. I don't know that film. Is it a film?
You really do have a very smooth and gentle, yeah, smooth, gentle. Those are exactly the adjectives I would
Is
use for
that
your voice.
really?
Yeah,
I'm
it's
not even
really
talking
nice.
all close to the microphone. You're
Oh,
supposed
it's
to do that
really
with these
good.
condenser mics. You're supposed to get. I don't have like a
I
pop
feel like
filter
maybe if
somewhere.
you spoke too close to it, it might be too sexual. So where distance
I
you've got
don't.
there.
This is not an
No, I
advanced
know. We,
synthetic
we don't want to be too
mahjong
intimate. Yeah.
revolution or whatever I'm going to say that it stands for. So I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
I mean, it might be that accidentally our voices are relaxing and you fall asleep, but that was
I think
unintentional.
that means that I'm boring. Actually, I
Yeah,
think
you're right.
that's. I mean, it's a very nice way of saying it, but
Well, usually we're so animated and fighting about something. Maybe this is
an
unusual.
ex-cop hosting a radio show and solving crime.
Yeah. If you
Interesting. No,
want us
I've
to
never.
fight, you've got to like write controversial stuff.
That's
Do you say
true. Yeah,
controversial or controversial?
I said controversial.
Yeah, I do. I realize that I probably have an American
Controversial.
pronunciation of that word now. Controversial.
I read a
Controversial.
report. I read an article about brands. I'll talk about this article later. Also, I'm talking about Disney and Mulan and the Disney and the
Right,
Chinification
we
of
need to get
media.
to the end of this game, and then we're going to learn about how much you're wrong and
What?
about
I'm
way too
entirely right. I am entirely right about literally everything. There is nothing.
Are you really? Sorry, seriously?
I can finish the stream with that. I'll do it. I'll do it because I don't know where America has gone, to be honest.
No one knows where
Yeah,
America's
no
gone.
one
I
knows
checked
where
on the map,
America has
it was
gone.
in the right place it was, and apparently you're still where you always were, but it
So what do
feels
we
like
got
you're far right now.
in these draws? We got West is maybe Cheetoy. I don't know. North. Eesh. Dealer
Yes, great
is.
starting hand. Dealer, I feel really, really cut
This
off.
is just hot, steaming garbage.
They got a Dora.
Just jammed in there for no reason, and then half the hand's like, you should remember that Koki's a hand you'll never win, and then like, yeah, it's like 8 tiles of Kokshi, and the rest is just like, haha. This is the worst. I would call
Yeah.
Tomotake's draw unremarkable. So let's see our first row here before we devolve into shenanigans forever. As everyone tries to get the go. Oh, that's actually 6 is a pretty good pick for North. Ooh,
Yeah,
8's a
yeah.
good pick for
North wasn't
Tomatake.
too bad. North was like, okay, I could,
Yeah, I could see it.
I'm happy, but it's something to work with. Dealers was just
Dealer's
garbage.
just the worst. Oh.
Well,
Dealer's
they
like 1,
got
2, 3 Sanchoku. I see that idea forming in their brain.
yeah, or you'd
Um,
have to at that point.
yeah.
West is really throwing out some central tiles there.
All right. So yeah, West is just like, what is
West is going
happening?
for Chitoy,
West
and
is
they're
doing
aiming
Chitoy.
for Chitoy, which means that they're going to try and wait towards the ends of the suit, the suits.
Okay, so West has said Chitoy is the way to go. North has some potential right now to at least get to Tenpai. They're actually
Hmm.
Ishan 10, which is not the worst place to be. They've
And
got
again, for East, North, and West, 1,000 points is now a big hand.
yeah, everyone's so close. They're all so
Yes.
close to each other. Now the cool thing about North is if they get a 5-so, they're in Pinfusville potentially. Like the 5-so is a great upgrade for them.
Yeah.
They have a 6, 7, 8 Sanchoku potential. I mean, it's a couple steps away, but it's not. Although they threw that 8 months, so maybe they've given up on that idea. I think maybe they've given up on that idea. But with a 5-so, they can get to Pinfu.
Mm.
And,
Yeah,
and they can take a 5 pin in and upgrade that 6-8 into a 5-6. So like they've got, even when it seems hopeless, it's not necessarily hopeless. Hello, Ian.
Hi, Emily. Hi, Brun. An aggressive Cheetoy. Can Cheetoys be aggressive?
I mean,
I guess it's as close to an aggressive Cheetoy as you get because so many central tiles have come out.
yeah, I feel like the aggressiveness in this Cheetoy is just saying, I want the end tiles. Those are my Cheetoy tiles. I'm getting rid of everything else. But because you can't call it, you can't be as aggressive with Cheetoy, I don't think, as you can with other hands.
I think maybe I would like an aggressive Cheetoy to like the grasping middle classes. Like they really want it, and they make it obvious they want it, but they can't, actually ask for it.
Grasping middle classes. I don't think you're allowed to say that.
Can I not?
No, I
Why?
think you can say that. I don't know.
It's not discriminatory. Scammy middle classes.
I don't know if it's... All right, let's watch the next row before we incite a class war.
10 years later, the historians are trying to work out where the
How
class
did it
war
start?
began. And they're
Yeah.
like,
Ooh.
I don't understand why it started on Twitch. What did they say?
What happened? Uh-oh, hold on. Let me pause here. Oh, interesting. So, North gets Tempai in an unexpected way and decides to just wait on the 7 and reach.
Oh,
What do I
yeah.
think about that?
Can't really upgrade it. That's one of those grasping reaches.
You can upgrade it with a Dora, though. I feel like this is maybe not the wisest move, because if you get that Dora, now you got to throw it instead of putting it in your hand and getting... Well, you won't get pinned for it anymore.
But again, as I said, 1,000 points is a big deal now. It's worth 1,600 now. Minimum, and if with the flip, and also maybe you'll scare off East and West, so that really it's just you versus South.
Maybe. But you're putting 1,000 points on the table, and that 1,000 points is a big deal.
It is a big deal, but yeah, these are the moments that make the game. And I think they've done a lot of talking on this table, and they don't want to be the person who's suddenly on the back foot. That's the meta here,
That's fair. They're gonna get punished for it.
Probably that's how Mahjong works.
Yeah.
or they'll luck out and flip 3 doors, because that's the other way that Mahjong works.
It's either really good or really bad, and no one ever knows which. Oh my god. Tomotage is Tempai right here. It's a weird one, but it is a Tempai.
And he's quite rightly frightened to throw that 7-pin.
Yeah, he does not want to put that 7-pin out there.
But do you know what? He shouldn't reach this. As you said, he's Dama. He can be Dama on this because he's got the Ipeko, and he can change it for a Chitoi. So this is not an aggressive Chitoi. This is like the opposite.
Right, this is the sneakiest Chitoi. If he gets that 8-pin or 9-pin, he can just be
yeah.
like, "Oh, it's Chitoi now."
Yeah,
and it can
the
even be a
7-man
Tanyao
is
Chitoi in the right situation.
But the 7-man is significantly safer on the current board than the 7-pin.
So also, if he draws a 5-pin, if he draws an 8-pin, he can also hold on. If he draws an 8-pin, if he draws an 8-pin, he's got Ryanpeiko potential, which is just dumb as heck. That never happens.
There's too much here to reach and lock yourself in.
Yeah. And because of that Ipeko, he has no problem winning. Like he can still end the game if that 7 comes out. He's not just going to sit there and be sad. Although the 7 is a winning tile for North, but he doesn't know that. But it works. It works pretty good.
EMP said, my friend wanted to complete his Yakuza quest. I taught him Mahjong and Shogi, and say, to can 4 door and flip through. Beginner's luck. Always get it. That's how Mahjong. We talk to the Mahjong gods, and that's how they get you hooked.
So where are we at? We got our dealer here is still very sad. They are not Tempai. It looks like they might be bailing a little bit with those 1-mon throws. They just don't want to deal with this crap. Tomotage is right now holding his Tempai, his awkward Tempai. West, 1, 2, 3, 4 pairs. And a 7, 8, 9. Yeah, the West is like in disarray right now.
But what's interesting here is when you talk about Suji traps, and I tell you that if you've reached on it, it's not a Suji trap. Look how the dealer has held that 7 bamboo. For a lot of the European players, they would consider that 7 bamboo a safe play because of the 4.
Yeah, I found that reach discard gets a lot of attention paid to it.
Yeah, and it's not a Suji trap if you reached on it. It's the opposite. They could easily be waiting. On what am I thinking here? A 4, 6, 8.
Yeah, it comes out of a 4, 6, 8 shape. You throw the 4, and then it looks like the 7 safe.
7, yeah.
Yeah. Ugh. So why didn't Tomotage switch to the 7, 7, 7, 9 mon weights? Well, yeah, you lose Ryanpeiko. It doesn't really bring you that. I mean, it brings you more winning tiles potentially. It does that. Although, does it? Because Three eights are on the table.
Also,
Um,
the 9-man is safe here, or safe-ish,
yeah.
because you can see 3-8, you can see
The fourth
4-7.
seven. You know all the sevens.
Yeah, whereas the none of those pin tiles are safe.
Yeah.
I think it would be really difficult to throw set the 7, 8, 9 pin into this board here.
Yeah,
I
and
can't see
he can't
the
afford to keep dealing
closest
in.
one there is the 6 pin there on the west discard. For everyone else, very dangerous. I mean, it wouldn't be beyond belief that the player in east is making a flush. It'd be a bit awkward, but it's possible.
Hmm.
Is there Nagashi Mangan? Yes, probably. We didn't check the rules before
Oh
we did
shit!
this.
East is doing it. Maybe this is
Can
East's backdoor to victory.
can you click on the first tab? I don't know if the first tab says whether there's.
I
Oh
mean, I can
no, I've
click
got.
on tabs, but who knows what it does?
No, no, the first tab. Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh wait, this one.
That no,
This
no,
one.
the other one. No. Yes, that one. Oh, sorry. It doesn't say whether it has Nagashi manga. I can't tell you. I'm sorry, everyone.
Maybe we'll get the chance to find out.
Yeah, maybe.
All right, let's see where we go.
Maybe that's what the dealer's also thinking. What is this Nagashi
Yeah, I
manga?
wonder if they just said like maybe. Yeah, let's just go with it. I guess.
Do you know how many events I've gone to and like it's got to and like someone's like at the very end like, is there Nagashi manga? Because I've got one if there is.
Jerks.
Yeah. So top tip: always check your rule set before you start the game.
You should. All right, let's go. Row 3. Oh my god.
No, now they're going for the big.
Oh, Tomitake, you are greedy.
It's good greed though.
It's beautiful greed in a way.
I mean, they could have Sanshoku Doko as well.
Oh, you're right. Oh
hmm
god.
Sorry, you'd have to do this. This is rarely do I say break your tempai, but if you're gonna break it, this is how you break it. Ah,
Uh,
sucks. Sucks.
uh. Well, to be in Tomotake's defense, there was not a better way to go. Like it's not like looking back, it would have gone any better anywhere else. But this was a pretty sick
Yeah, I mean, there was
attempt.
so much here you could have had. Yeah, big toy. I mean, if you wasn't the Yakuman, which you could have been,
Yeah.
you'd have had Toy. You could have had Tanya. Could have been Sanshoku Doko.
Could have still been Sanako even if it wasn't Yakuman.
But yeah, Sananko. There's just so much potential there. You did
Oh,
break by, but I think it was a good break.
there was no other option. Yeah, yeah. Dame dane. Dame.
Mm,
All right.
damn it.
It's time for Tomotake to be. It's time for Tomotake to be the dealer. Chun is the door, and he's got one,
I
which
feel
is.
like this is how EMP talks to himself when he's playing Mahjong.
So what do we got here? We got a lot of pairs in people's hands, but West is looking pretty positive. Got that 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 6, 7. Like West can move here. North, a bunch of weird pairs. Pair of Souths, meh. Same
And there are
with South.
3 doors in the wall.
Yeah, this is gonna be interesting. Ishanten for. Yeah, West.
Oh, Tamakake is doing nice now.
Yeah. Oh
Oh,
wow.
yeah, nice.
But he wants that Dora. He needs that Dora really.
Well, I mean, you could also have the Ipeco.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I like
it's a
that.
nice way. It's a nice way.
It's the
But yeah, if you're gonna
two
throw the
five
door,
six.
reach.
Oh wait.
Yeah, reach on the door is like, yeah, I
That's
like
just
it.
oomph. And
Yeah,
there's very little information about what. Well, there's the 3 and the 8, so the 3 could trick someone into thinking about the 6 a little bit. Probably not. Only if they were desperate for any other information, really.
yeah. No information, but there's actually quite a lot of information in those discards. I think most people will be able to dance around that. And looking at them, yeah, they could dance around it if they want to.
Yeah, most people have some material there.
And you could assume that at least one person has a door as well that would then surreptitiously be dropped after that.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's see where we go for row two here. West plays safe. Everyone's playing a little safe here. Yeah, it's a fancy weight.
Yeah, it's a fancy weight.
Oof. 3-9 so Nakasuji chop.
Yeah. That's a little bit more Suji trap. I'll accept that one. But and remember that tiles that come out after the reach are
Hey!
less Suji than the others.
That's a sumo! And the great thing about that sumo is it gets another 1,000 points on the table. So it
Yeah.
brings him up to 27, 27-4. Back in the game again. He's like holding on to his power and he keeps the deal.
He did. He sank quite low initially, didn't he?
Yeah, he really went down, but now
He's tilted.
he's still in last, but he's in it to win it at this point. It's definitely not
Yeah.
a dreadful position. All right. What do we got here? This is not bad.
Yeah, this is nice.
A lot of good material.
Yeah.
South
Fine.
is also looking all right. West, has some wrong.
Yeah,
And
the
poor
3, 4,
North
5
is
maybe,
just in
yeah.
like Crapsville. Like,
He does a dragon.
I guess,
Yeah.
but like, what are you gonna do with that hand? Is call? I
Uh,
guess you
this
got 4
cheat code.
pairs. You can just cheat it or
Yeah.
call a lot of pairs.
These
Pairs
might
for
be
pairs.
JPLB rules. I don't know. For some reason, it won't tell us on the information tab. So we are learning our own lesson to check the rule set before we start playing.
What's going on, Tomotake? You're getting so many things.
Well, now we can use the Dora.
Yeah,
It's a 3-5 shape.
nice.
Yeah. So now we've got 3-5-7.
So he's got the potential for what's it called, a 3-5-6 mon weight.
Yeah,
He's got a lot of
3,
interesting
5,
potential here.
yeah, 3-5-6, 4-6, 7 and 3. Yeah, there's a lot of tiles that take you into tempo here.
North seems just tired of this crap and wants to move the game on. They're in second place. They don't want the dealer to keep going, so they're just calling it out. Whoa. South is trying to build a monster, it looks like. But let's see what they can do.
I don't know. Actually, do you know what? Yeah, North, if they get what? They've got a Dora in there. If they get red Dora, 2000, again, it's a big deal here. Okay,
There's
it's gone
3
from
sticks on
playing.
the table.
Yeah, it's gone from playing for big hands for. Yeah,
Just
he gets
nailing the smaller
3,200,
ones.
right? Oh no, more than no, he wouldn't. He'd get more than that, wouldn't he? He'd get 2-6 plus
Plus
what?
9, so it'd be 3-5.
Yeah,
Which would
yeah,
get him over into first.
yeah. Yeah, it's gone from, we're looking at Tomataki needing big hands to make up that to everyone kind of scrubbing around.
Yeah, trying to make these little hands. Although, again,
Yeah.
South looks like they have the potential for something really big. But they could also just turn into Titania, like if they just want to
Yeah.
go fast.
I'm assuming here 2-3-4 Sanchoku actually is in their mind.
Possibly. It's an easy way to go, and the hand's almost entirely set up for it. All right, let's see where we go. In row two.
Oh, he's not going to call it. I thought that North would call that. They've suddenly gotten coy.
Ooh.
Oh, that he wants.
Oof.
And throws Tomatake.
North just finishes this off real quick.
So now Tomatake's back in a position where he's starting to look for value again.
I guess North was opening up for the potential of Chanta. They could have gotten a Chanta out of this if they really got some lucky upgrades.
Yeah.
But I think they just wanted to bump the deal, and they got themselves more firmly into second. North. What's going on here? All these tiles are the worst. Everyone's hand is trash.
Yeah, I'm not going to defend any of these.
No, East is just the East actually has that 2-3 6-7 8-8-8. Not bad, but the rest of the hand is just crap.
Brun wants Kokshi. I'm not sure he wants Kokshi from the West player.
Probably West.
Really?
But West
You need
is 7 tiles of the
7
Kokshi.
tiles away? That no.
Yeah.
That would be an aggressive Kokshi.
South has nothing that's together either, and poor Tomatake also his hand's just a lot of shrap. It's
Yeah.
really hard. All right, let's
But
see
you
what
know,
we get.
those honors are going to come out quite quickly, I reckon.
Yeah, yeah. It's just everyone's just gonna
One's in the
chuck them.
same position of like, oh,
Interesting. People are being a little hesitant to just throw them.
further east now, I think. No. He's
Now,
going to go for a flush.
looks like
That's
it.
that's quite a hi Hoberg. That is oh god.
Is he doing
Maybe
it?
he's going for Kokshi. Oh, I thought you meant
All right, well, sorry. That's our final.
all right, I'm too horrified by this
Yeah,
Kokshi.
I don't know if this is a good play, but he is only 4 tiles from ready on it, so like maybe.
He got some lucky draws to get there.
Yeah, yeah, maybe, maybe. Our dealer looks like they're proceeding towards a nice Pinfutanyo type zone.
No, sorry. North's never going to come out. I'm just muttering to
No, no.
myself.
South, I don't know what South's doing, but they're a little better off than they were before, I guess. They've improved their situation slightly.
Yeah.
West, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6, but they still have all this garbage in the Winds and Dragons department that they need to get rid of. But they've gotten something.
Yeah.
They got a door in there, so that's nice.
Yes. Yeah.
And then there's this scandalous Kokshi attempt.
Yeah, I was about to say when I said about Tomotaki that he needed to find value, I didn't mean he needed to
Well,
find a Kokshi.
he is
Here we
finding value with every draw.
Yeah, but the north is what's gonna oh the one pin now. No, he's not gonna find it.
You're so negative.
I
Oh
am.
no! And he deals
That's what
into
happens when you're too
Tanyo.
optimistic. That's what happens when you're
Doro
too
one.
optimistic. This is not how you wanted to enter Auras.
No, no, this is a bad situation because he now needs basically um a Mangan Sumo would get him out of last, would get him into second place.
Yeah.
So he needs a Mangan Sumo or a Haneman Sumo, which would get him into first place. A Haneman Ron will get him into second place, guaranteed. So this is what he needs, and it's a tough spot to be in. But not the worst hand to start with. Just got some legs. Our dealer. Our dealer's got the 2 hotzes and can just win as fast as possible.
Yeah. Yeah, he just needs 1,500 points, right?
Yeah, which is pretty much
They're just
any
gonna call
win.
just call the green dragons and just take yourself over the finish line, right?
Let's see if it happens that way. Oh, this is a fast hand. Oh, Chuns for Toмотake. He might be going for a half flush on top of it. I would imagine if he's going to call the Chuns, he's going to have to go for a flush on top of it.
No, Chanta.
Oop. Maybe West Chun, half flush, Chanta. He's making this happen weirdly. He didn't call the Chun.
No, because he needs value. He needs to, as you said, he needs to really get a monster of a hand now.
All right, let's pause. So our dealer, it's 5, 6, 7. Yeah, it looks like they're planning on just grabbing whatever they can and getting.
Yeah, they want that. They want the green dragon. Once the green dragon comes out, yeah, it's easy.
South has 3, 4, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 2, 3. Like they're actually building a hand for some reason. They probably regret throwing this too.
Position because they can't. They're not high. They're not far enough ahead that they can just be like, okay, idiots, you play this one out.
Yeah.
They actually need to make a small hand to just end it.
Yeah. Toмотake has got an interesting world here.
I like the
Itsu.
Kazu.
Yeah, I'm just like, ugh. It's just rough. And hold up. North is Tempai. 3, 4, 5, 5, 6, 7, 6, 7, 8, 4, 4, 7, 8. Which could be. So right now it's Pinfu, definitely. But that's not really enough to do anything for them.
No, they need the
Pinfu
8-man.
Tanyao. A direct Pinfu Tanyao hit on the dealer would, I think, snag it for them. Well, it would actually make them exactly equal, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Which I don't know how that resolves.
I don't know either. But you know what they do need? They need the 8-man
They need that 8-man. Yep.
for the Sanshoku.
I wonder if they
And
draw the 6-pin, would they go into reach? I actually probably would at that point. Well, actually, no,
you,
because if they draw the 6-pin, they win. Because it becomes it's Menzen Sumo Pinfu Tanya.
mentioned Tanya Pinfu, yeah. You have to
Um,
take it.
yeah,
Does
that
put
you'd probably take.
you? Oh
Well,
God, I
that's 3
hate
and 20, which is 2 and 40, which is 2,600 total.
it. Yeah.
So that brings you up to 31.9, and the
Yeah.
dealer pays 13, which no,
No.
which leaves the dealer at exactly 32,
So you'd throw at the 5-man
and reach it,
and reach it, hoping you're
and then
gonna
hope
draw.
if you draw the 8, you get the
Yeah.
Sanshoku anyway. If you don't draw the 8, you have reach Sumo Pinfu Tanyao, and then that's 4 Han, and that'll get you where
Yeah.
you need to go.
Yeah.
Ugly, ugly.
That would be awesome, and everyone would hate you forever.
I
Like, I
wonder.
know
Oh,
this
that
don't
definitely
happen,
does
but
not
if you did that
happen.
in an actual event, everyone would be like, "Did you see what that person did? I hate
Yeah.
them."
Let's see where this goes. His hand's almost over, though. This is really close to the end.
Yeah, all the doors are gone. Mahjong Baka says, "Yeah, needs a honeyman."
Huh.
Yeah, just takes it to end it.
Really? I'm a little
Mm.
surprised by that.
Well, you've got to remember these are because it's an event, right? So they're probably playing 2 Hanchan.
So they've decided I'd rather have plus zero point 0.3 third place on my
Yeah.
record guaranteed than risk whatever Tomatake is brewing over here.
Yeah. Again, probably should check our rules before.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, a positive third, even a slightly positive third, is still going to be far less destructive to your record. Yeah, if they're using Waterfall Uma, which, I mean, we use in many of our events, being positive is like a big deal.
Yeah. Or they just left the auto button on.
If they did
Just
that,
point
oh
it out.
God, if I'd done that, I would be so sad. I'd just be like, how did I, come on.
I've done that before. I've
How did
been
this
trying to
happen?
be sneaky and left the auto button on. And I'm like, why am I an idiot? So smart, but foiled by my own stupidity.
That sucks. And that's again like Tomatake doing what he had to do.
Mm.
There was not really another option for him on that. And it did not pay off this time, unfortunately. But everyone else is also really close.
I mean, but that's why I didn't call the Red Dragons. Again, just trying to compare it to Western or European play. I don't know so much about America, but I think that, a lot of people in that position would have called the Red Dragons immediately.
Yes.
But it doesn't really, you need to keep this flush closed.
Well, I think I think a lot of times there's people get this very aggressive tunnel vision on this idea of like, well, I have to win.
Mm.
And then they'll be like, okay, I'm gonna push as hard as I can to win. And I mean, they might have tried the same value of like, okay, we'll build half flush with it also. But even still, like in this position, like when you're 22, 3 Han is not enough.
Mm-mm.
And open 3 and 30 is not enough to get you where you need to go.
No.
And so you have to just refrain from doing it and accept that you just cannot take a swing at something that you know is never going to be enough to
Yeah.
get you anywhere.
I think people get into this mindset, though, that they want to win. They don't want to leave the table thinking that they're a loser. Whereas that's not really a winner play.
Pardon me. Or they'll get really aggressive. They'll be like, "Oh, I'll reach and I'll maybe I'll flip something." It's like, oh, maybe you'll flip something. It's true, it can happen, but you probably want to see if you can build more certainty into your hand.
Yeah, but then,
that you
if
can
you'd
nail
have
it.
called the Red Dragons, he wouldn't have been able to reach. So even if he ended up with a slightly ugly shape, he could have reached, and then you start thinking, oh, I could have flipped.
Yeah, and he really made it so far too. He really could have had that, half flush Itsu shenanigans. Yeah, it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, could have done it. Could have done it.
Hi, real
Hello,
Licane.
real Licane? It's like a hurricane that is real. It is a real Licane. Continuing to call the tune in West before Han hand. Yes. But I think at the point at which this tune came out, it was like a little early.
He
One
needs
West
a
is already out.
yeah.
I mean, maybe he could have gone Chun West for Han, but for Han's not going to get him into first place. For Han is guaranteed not to get him into first place. It's going to be 7,700 because we don't round up in these rules. So that's going to get him to 29. What? That's going to get him to 30,300.
Mm.
Now, if he sumoed that, it wouldn't get him past any other players. It does get him over 30K. If you assume that it wouldn't get him past any other players, well, it would get him past. I'm sorry, it would get him past North, to be clear. But pretty much any 7,700 point win will get him past North, but it won't get him any further to sumo it. He loses 39. He loses 39. Am I doing my math wrong? I might be doing my math wrong. Yeah, I'm sorry. No, you're right. It gets him in second place if he sumos at 7,700. So maybe he should have pushed it.
Mm.
Maybe. I think it was a little early though. I think if you call Trin at this point, you'll never see another man tile.
Yeah, I don't know. Don't know. I probably would have waited.
You probably won't see a West ever again. Like no one's gonna throw these things because you've told them very clearly that they're unsafe. But I don't know. I think it does definitely depend on like.
Could you have called the first West?
I don't think so. No.
No, okay. I was about to say, I feel like the calling the West at that point would have been. Yeah, I would have called the first the red dragons. Yeah, maybe.
Maybe. I can see a logic in it.
Wait, yeah. I'm allegedly pro-life.
I don't know. I can see a logic in it. Yeah, it could have. Yeah, because you could get yourself to 7,700 if you get everything right.
Mm.
But I think that does also mean that you are dependent on that West. You might be able to store Dora, Taki, Honey, TTT after third Haku. No, even at this point, like I feel like he wants to avoid being in a situation where like he's reliant on one tile. He knows there's only one tile. It's sitting in the wall somewhere. Now it's like a race, and he knows everyone else wants to go fast.
Mm.
I don't know. I mean, I'm obviously projecting. I can't tell you what he thinks, and it's not my place to presume.
No. But these are things that you can think about in your play. Just,
Yeah.
if you see a pro do something, I mean, I always say that you should try and mimic what they do to see if it works in your game. It might not always work.
No.
It's okay to think, would I have done that there? Maybe if they'd have done it like this, they would have had a better outcome.
Oh yeah, and
that's value in going over these things.
Yeah, and I mean, there's a lot of question marks that come with all these things, which I think is this is why it's useful to study these things and to see people went this way and maybe you would go another way in another environment. Frankly,
and these professionals, they are humans. Like it's not like they're robots. It's not like they reach a level and then they're always playing at that level every single hand, every single game. They're like humans. Sure. Sometimes they're on their off days and sometimes they're on their really hot days. Maybe if he's on a hot day, he would have called the Red Dragons and driven his hand to success.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, and again, things sometimes just work on different days.
Yeah, I say this to people as well when they're learning. Like, you have a bad hand or a bad game, you can't assess your ability on that one bad game.
No.
Despite mistakes you may have made, like everyone does that.
Even though I try.
Yeah, I know you do. Dave does go into spirals of despair.
It's not a spiral if you're always in it. It's just a line, a straight line of despair.
Surely it's just a point then.
It's a point. It's a point. You don't even move. It's just despair. It's just this is it. This is where I am. It's despair. Well, that's because your friend has learned that complaining is the most important strategy in all of Mahjong. If you can complain about Mahjong, you can win at Mahjong. That's just how it works.
True. The people who are complaining the hardest at the table are almost always the ones with the good hands because they've got the ones that are asking questions. When you just got actual garbage, you're just like, oh my god, well, there's nothing I can do but react to what comes in.
Yeah.
But if someone and they're like, oh no, I've got a thing. Oh no, you know immediately they've got something good.
They've got something going on. They've got
Yeah,
something going on.
because they've got to make decisions. Whereas the unlucky ones are the ones who don't make decisions. They're just like, okay, I guess I do what the
I
wall
guess it's
tells
fine.
me.
Yeah. Well, I guess it's Swanko. I'll just draw all the tiles. It'll be fine.
God, I did. What did I got? I did. I got a. I got a. Did I get a Kokshi? No, I got a Suanko this week. It wasn't
Oh,
very. It didn't feel very satisfying though, so I didn't tell anyone.
good. Good for you.
Well, it was really one
Wow.
of those things where you just draw it and you're like, okay, and it wasn't like Tomotake's attempted Suanko where you were like, oh, if he'd have got that, that would have been a Yakuman, like that was a deserved one. That was someone made a decision. They were like, I am gonna make the decision, go. Whereas I was just drawing, I'm like, oh, Ron, like it says Tsuma, and I was like, well, it just did it for me. It's not like at any point there was a decision to do another hand.
I always get frustrated with those hands when my hand is just like, this is what you're doing, and I'm like, you are right, and why am I here?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. It's
you
like,
are playing this hand. I'm just okay. Yup. Yeah, sure. Or, yeah, great. I got a bazillion points, and like, I didn't do anything clever, and I
yeah.
didn't trick anybody, and there was like no chance for anyone to avoid it. And well,
I
sure.
think, did you ever see there's a video, and I should try and find out. There's a video where someone gets 4 big wins at a pro game,
Oh God.
but like they start off with like very few of them as well. It's ridiculous. They have like 5 tiles of the 4 big wins they need, and they just keep drawing and drawing, and then they win. And then like they honestly look really shell shocked, like the hand had raped them or something. They were like, I wasn't okay. What am I doing?
I
Like, obviously, they turn around and look at the referee, and they're like, I don't know.
it just had these. This is
Yeah.
Toy Toy, right? I won Toy Toy.
Yeah. Okay.
I guess it's a good Toy Toy. I don't know. It's pretty.
No, because I mean, I think they actually had to check whether it was a double Yakuman or not as well,
Uh,
because you never see these hands,
I
right?
just
And
like, what the fuck? What do I do with this?
yeah, and you can see the other people like it wasn't even as if anyone was angry about it. They're just like, what?
Yeah, well, I mean, you can't get angry. I've never gotten angry at someone else winning a Yakuman. That's silly. Like, it's first of all, it's always so exciting for them. What's the point of getting mad? And second of
I
all,
I I did get angry at one person. I wasn't angry, but I was like, I think they won all green on like the fifth discard or something. My fifth
oh
discard.
God, but yeah, well, when I like that one a lawn off.
I
But again,
wasn't
it's
angry
like,
at this individual. I was just
yeah.
like, what is this game about?
Well, what again? Like, what do you want? They're not going to be like, oh, I won't win that Yakuman. It seems mean. Like, it's a Yakuman. They're high. They won it. It's great. Hello, but like, yeah. So it's like okay, and it's like they happen to win it off me, but like, it's a Yakuman. Like it happened. It happened. Many of my dreams have been destroyed by Yakuman. It's my the plague that keeps on plaguing.
I've had quite a lot of Yakuman this year. I think I'm on my eighth at the
Oh
moment.
my
I don't know.
God.
I don't know. It's been, well, do you know, because I'm playing more Mahjong online though, aren't I?
Mmm.
And less,
Mmm.
and because if you play online, you're obviously going to get in more games than the time that you devoted to playing offline because you got your
Yes.
travel and stuff like that. So the time that I'd normally be traveling to Mahjong, playing Mahjong in real life, drinking with my friends at Mahjong events, um, I'm now all of that time just going and playing, and that just by the law of maths, right? You get more chances to get the Yakuman. Wow, I only got two in the box. You get another one. They come in threes.
They do
That's one
come.
of the rules.
Everything comes in threes.
They come in threes. Like you get one, two, and then there's always going to be a Kokshi in there somewhere. Yeah, I think when I got Tenho, I got like a Kokshi the next day. It was really weird.
Tenho.
Yeah, it was so weird because I was like it
What's
came up
wrong
and
with
then like
you?
it looked like the game had frozen, and I was like, why is it not letting me do anything? Like it stops there because and then like this note no, Tenho, and I was like, oh, again, didn't really feel like I'd done anything because
Well,
I
you
hadn't.
literally did not. Tenho, you literally did not. I think actually Kokshi is one of the more common ones.
Yeah,
Suanko is like reasonably common.
yeah.
As reasonable, yeah. Daisangan's fairly common. Um,
Oh yeah, go Dice Against common because you can call it.
yeah, yeah. I think 4 cons is the least common.
I got that one too.
But you have to stop.
Just stop.
You have
Well,
to
the
stop.
4 cans you can call it, right?
You
So
could.
yeah,
You have to
I was. I
stop.
think I remember I called it, and then I drew, and I got a can, and then I drew my next can replacement, and I got another can, and then it just went from there.
Uh,
So Aiden, let me see what Aiden's
Fruity
shared for
10.
us. Aiden has shared for
Lesser
us.
4 wins. Ugh.
Oh my god, man.
That is some genuine heartbreak, and I'm sorry.
Aiden
That
Jose,
is.
your name is cute. I like that.
That is some genuine heartbreak. I apologize. I apologize. That makes me. I feel for you.
I think though through these trials, Mahjong makes us better people.
What?
I these kinds of footy ten nonsense that it makes us better people in the end.
Well,
I
I knew.
feel
I heard the first part. It's the second part
uh,
about making us better people.
I feel like I could cope with most problems in life now because I'd be sat there and be like, oh, I once was footy ten.
Mm, Or like, well, that just happened. Yeah, it's a Kokshi. Like it happened. It's
Yeah.
fine. Efficiency, the breaker of Yakuza is. Well, again, it's like how much of your hand do you dedicate to the possibility that maybe you'll just draw everything you need and get a Yakuman?
Well,
Like,
that's what you have to do. That's what you have to do. You have to believe.
remember that time I believed in a Kokshi and you didn't believe in it, but then I got it anyway? I remember that
Yeah.
time.
Do you know what? Garth is a big believer in Kokshi, and he really goes for them a lot. And I do not believe in them in the same way that
It's
he
true.
does. And he gets
No,
them more often than I do.
sure, and oh, people shouldn't win. I think there should be a rule that other people can't win hands. Just
But I think that sometimes that's why beginners get more Yakuman than intermediates.
because they just
Because the
go for them.
beginners believe, yeah, they're like,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
I'm just going to do it. And, they haven't really kind of got into the nuts and bolts of the games yet. But, the intermediate players are maybe less likely to push for a Yakuman.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's true. Like if you sat down every hand and were like, I'm gonna try to do Yakuman X as my primary goal every hand, you will make it probably more often than lots of times when you're gonna call it off on an early discard to do something more sensible.
Although I
Um,
once did set up a 10 hard count just for that to push a
just
Kokshi
Yakuman
every single
only,
hand.
like Kokshi
Just,
only.
co- just Kokshi, and it didn't really work out very well.
I wonder we could write a bot and then see what the overall rate is. Like if the bot just goes for Kokshi every hand, how well will the bot perform on Tenho in the long run? And I feel like we could only find bad answers to this question. On yeah, you could do Matari Mahjong. There's a few places. It would be an interesting bot to just be like, it's Kokshi time every time,
Yeah,
every
yeah.
time.
Full conservative 0.045% of winning hands. First 0.03%. Your full wins 0. I think that was less than 0.01%.
Ugh. Well, good stats. But sad
It
stats.
doesn't feel like they're that unlikely, though.
I feel like I'm owed a Tenho. I still will say, after all
I'm
these years,
yeah.
the closest I came was that double reach Ipatsumo at way long ago, back in that New York tournament. Like that's the best I've ever done.
Mm.
But no Kokshi. No Kokshi. 50% chance. Yeah, it's either yes or no. It's a binary, the Yakuman binary. Um,
I feel like like I said, I feel like you get into periods where you get Yakuman, and I think it's because the first one comes, and then you believe in them again.
mm, I could see
The
that.
first one might be a bit lucky, and then you're like, actually, I'm the sort of person that gets
Yeah,
Yakuman.
like wait,
It's
this
like
happens. Yeah.
it's like how rich people get rich and stay rich. Like maybe they just
I don't.
had one lucky getting rich event, and then they're like, well, I'm a rich person now, so my identity is rich. So I'm going to do rich people things, which is win
No, I think
money.
actually having the money is what gives you the ability to make more money as easily. Like it's just
Okay,
if anyone
okay.
has a
So
lot of extra money, for the record, I will take it.
Yeah, but the first step towards being rich then was born rich.
Hmm.
Step one of being a rich person, be born rich.
That's one
There's
way, yeah.
there's not that many other ways, to be honest.
Um, you can get rich if you want to.
It's very difficult. We do not live in a meritocracy.
I do.
Okay, if we lived in a meritocracy, there would be no fee-paying schools.
Wait, what? What are you? What? No, what?
I'm saying we don't live in a meritocracy because if you will go to a fee-paying school, you are more likely to succeed in life and get
What's a
rich.
fee-paying school?
Where you a private school where you have to pay, not a state school. I don't know what you call them.
All our school, you pay for everything.
No,
It's not a meritocracy.
you must have
Mahjong is not a
schools.
meritocracy.
You must have to go to schools where you don't pay. There must be state schools in America.
Yeah, you pay for them.
How do you pay? What, you have to pay tuition
Yeah.
for like high school?
No, not high school. Well, I
But
mean, yes, but no. In that you're
okay,
paying
so in the
taxes that
UK,
go to the school.
okay, oh yeah, well we have to pay tax. I have to pay
Yeah.
tax. I only have kids to send to school. I
But
started to pay
there are
tax.
actually high schools that do charge tuition. There are private high schools that
Right.
charge
Yeah.
tuition. But
So in the UK, right, we have primary schools, which I guess is your lower schools, and then we have secondary schools, which would be your middle and high schools. And if you go to a private fee-paying primary school, you are then obviously more likely to go to a fee-paying secondary school. And all of these schools have much better educational standards than the state schools. And then you get to go on to be government, big tech business, money, 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 bang, 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 right? And most of the people who run our country went to fee-paying schools. The only way you can get into those schools is if you had money to send your kids to school.
I'm assuming so because you have to pay the fee.
So there's not a meritocracy then, because it's not like we're offering a meritocratic education system if paying for it means you get a better shot at it.
Um, I don't disagree with you, but I'm wondering if that's true from like a science perspective in terms of like sampling and the way things can be measured. I don't know if you can say that the existence of like the outcomes of those schools. It is possible to claim. I am not claiming, but it is possible to claim that people going to fee schools are innate, like a self-selecting group of people who generally will perform better innately anyway, and thusly their better performance down the line
I
is just
guess
because they were
that is a
so
fact.
amazing going in. I'm not saying that's the
Yeah,
answer.
that's definitely going to be a factor.
Maybe.
People have more space. People who've got more space in their houses. Parents who've got the time and the money to solve problems for their children.
Oh, I thought parents made problems for their children.
Yeah. Okay. Solve problems as
Ostensibly
in
for the children to solve, right?
being able to feed them, for example. That lots of kids in state schools may not be able to have nutritious meals on a daily basis, which is going to hinder your academic outcomes, right?
Oh yeah.
But you know what? I bet you we could improve the standards of state school education immediately by making sure that rich people's kids have to go to those schools too. Then the rich parents will make sure those schools are fucking good.
See, again, I'm gonna say in terms of the mechanics of this, there's a challenge there.
Call me, I get that before someone starts screaming at me.
No, that doesn't make you a
No,
communist.
that's meritocratic. That's meritocratic. That's what I was promised by Maggie Thatcher, the most conservative individual in the entire universe.
Russell Brand said she was a great politician. He really
She,
likes her.
no,
Well,
no,
I
she
think she
was.
was actually a masterful politician in terms of her ability to do political things.
I disagree with a lot of her politics. I have to respect her. Like, first of all, she achieved a lot being the first female prime minister. I grew up, obviously, as a kid, and I thought that being a prime minister meant you had to be a woman. That's an achievement in itself, right?
Wait, when you had to be a woman? Or you mean you had to be a man?
Yeah, because I'd only ever known. I mean, she was prime minister for, 10, 11 years?
Oh, so you're just like the prime minister's just a woman? Like, that's just how it
Yeah,
is?
but it's interesting because, like now.
Reverse default.
Yeah, most people are like, well, prime minister's a man, or president's a man, whereas I was like, I guess the prime minister has to be a lady. Which is funny now. But, she was obviously a good politician. And, I think that she really did actually believe that what she was doing was right for the country, which I don't think you can say for a lot of people now on either side of the politics divide. I don't agree with what she did, but I think that she really honestly believed that what she was doing was good and the right thing for everyone. And I think there's a lot to be said for that. And I think you have to respect that, even if the methods I don't agree with.
I think what you're saying is maybe right for your politics, or at least for my understanding of your politics, where really for some reason seems like every political party you have is just ticking around. Like they're all just like they all. Again, I am outside of this, and I admit it. And there's probably lots of stuff I don't know about the nuance of it. But from the outside, it really weirdly, strangely feels like none of them are willing to sit down and say, "Citizen of my country, these are the things that are going to help you, and they're all like fussing over this weird metagame that they think is like incredibly important, but that like accomplishes nothing practical for anyone, as far as I can tell.
And Maggie would never have done that. She'd have told you what we have to do. The coronavirus, she'd have been awesome. She'd have been like, you're staying in your houses and you're staying there forever. They'd have been none of this, as I said, dicking about. She was strong. Some of the stuff she did was batshit crazy, but she was, whereas like Boris, he's like, oh yeah, don't worry about coronavirus, it's fine. Oh yeah, worry about it. Oh no, I'm sick. And even now, they're like, oh, we're gonna have to make sure we're going back into like more extreme lockdown measures, and they're like, okay, well, you can't meet up with more than two households or 6 people or something. I don't even know what the rules are anymore because the rules are batshit insane. And they're like, we're gonna put these new rules in on Monday, and I'm like, oh, good.
On Monday,
a
what?
whole weekend for huge parties, you fucking fuck ups.
Oh yeah, last party for the new rules. Let's do it.
Exactly. And that's exactly what the kids are doing. They're
Wait,
going
hold on. I'm being offered a job. First of all, let me give proper recognition. Mahjong Baka has linked us an Osamu Code link actually from like 7 years ago of going for Kokshi, like what happens when you go for Kokshi, how often do people do it with different tiles, and a lot of really exciting statistics.
That's the best slug ever. I told you not to go for Kokshi.
Yes. So I definitely want to give some recognition to that, 'cause this is a really cool. It's also a dear to my heart part of Mahjong history. Looking at this page again, but fundamentally some super exciting statistics. And now I'm being offered a job as prime minister. Look, if you can get me, I will take power over your principality, whatever sort it is, and rule it to the best of my ability. Which I'm going to be honest right now. I don't know. It could be a duchy. It could be a nation. I don't know what it is.
I think Wales is a principality. But I think that's only when it comes to the crown. It's all very confusing over here. No one knows what we're doing.
I promise to rule it as best I can, which I am willing to bet at this point in history has a good chance of being better than most other people. So let's do it.
I can say about Thatcher is that Mel Streep did an amazing Thatcher. She was a cunning negotiator, proficient partner. Yeah, strong and assertive. No, yeah.
Well, you can be a great politician even if the policies you enact people aren't necessarily awesome. You can still be good at doing it and making it happen.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, I do laugh at the people going, the rioting and stuff. That we had some minor rioting this year, and I'm like, those riots look nothing. Those riots look nothing like the poll tax riots. You people don't know what a riot looks like. Like the poll tax riots, everyone was, they managed to piss off the middle classes. You never want your middle classes rioting. That's when shit's hit the fan, But yeah, I don't know. I think that she did actually believe, she thought that by having this very aggressive jolt to the economy, by closing our industries, that all of these people who were made unemployed would then become employed in this new glorious Britain that she was building. I don't agree with it, but I think that's what she was trying to achieve. And also, I think, she deregulated the banks, she deregulated our financial sector, which meant that we started making a lot of money like New York. And then, but she assumed that everyone would be like her, which was, good with money, careful with it, not arrogant, and that's just not how it went. I thought the channel was about Mahjong. Hi, Chill. Sorry, we got to the end of the game.
Yeah, we got to the end of our game review, so now we're
done the chatting we're bookending the Mahjong. We're chatting on sides, so you can just cut it out then. If you want to watch this.
You can just focus on the Mahjong in the middle. But we're getting close to our end time, so we're just babbling.
Yeah, so Chill. If you've enjoyed us, if you joined us later, then maybe just watch us on the VOD, and I think we start within a couple of minutes, and then.
There is a large body of Mahjong in here. I promise. We're just BSing about our new. No, not at all. It's true. If you come here and be like, "Where's the Mahjong?" and we're talking about politics, it's like, huh?
Oh yeah, we're not on the right tag. It's entirely right. But root law. I mean, the Greeks gave up on democracy, so. Did
they?
They did. They decided it didn't work.
Didn't they all stab that guy and then they were Senate again or something? I don't know. There was a thing.
The Romans.
No. Oh yeah.
And they stabbed a lot of people. I mean, they were there for a long time, but yeah, the Greeks, they kind of gave up on democracy. They decided it didn't work anymore. The same problem that we have, that we've gotten too big. It's so big that it's difficult anymore for democracy to manage what's happening.
I actually think it's kind of the opposite. I have a principle that I've been trying to like really codify, and I haven't yet. So this is unfinished thought. I
I'm
warn
really
all of
looking
you.
forward to your political philosophy book.
It's not necessarily political philosophy, but it's I think a it's more of what I'm imagining as like a physics principle of politics than like a philosophy of politics, like something that we are dealing with in the modern era, and that is this thing that I'm going to call decision granularity, where in a democracy especially, in order to make something happen, you need that thing to be supported by some percentage of people. In order to make anything happen, actually, in any power structure, there's some number of people that have to support a thing in order for it to happen. Now, if you're in an autocratic dictatorship, what the dictator says goes. You got one person. So one person
Mm.
can implement the thing. And
Mm.
the counterforce to that is going to be literally everyone or some large quotient of the population or maybe the military overthrowing the dictator. And as long as the power of the dictator is better than the power of that force that can overthrow him, that one person gets to make the decisions. Um, and the problem with a democracy is that, and there's a lot of intervening factors, but in order to actually make a positive change, we need a lot of people to become aware of the problem and then to feel strongly enough about it that they're willing to decide on a single solution, and
Mm.
then all move towards wanting that change. And at every part of that path, make sure people aren't that aware of the problem. Make sure that it's not the most important thing on their minds. Make sure they can't agree on one solution. If you can break up the required cohesion at any point in that process, you can completely prevent anything from ever getting better. While large entities like corporations have a much more
Mm.
streamlined decision-making process, and so they can implement what they want with a lot of force, right? If
Mm.
Microsoft, and to be fair, I'm not throwing stones at Microsoft per se. I don't think they're particularly evil. They're just the first large corporation I thought of. But if
Facebook,
Microsoft, okay, fine, Facebook
Amazon.
is straight up evil.
Uber.
If Facebook wants a policy or wants something to happen, that is a multi-billion-dollar company in their entire legal department that is decided based on 2 or 3 people within that company, maybe 5 people on the board of that company making a call that they're implementing a policy. And then and the counterbalance to that is what millions of people. I'm going to be Amerocentric. Millions of Americans who often like become aware of it, care, like understand why it's bad, care about it enough to vote on it, talk to the representative, elect a representative. Like, you're never going to be able to unite enough people against it. And in fact, you're always going to be able to unite some percentage of that staticky group of people for it. Um,
But,
it's
but
crazy.
we've already seen that with big tobacco. You know, they spent all that money and they basically destroyed the democratic process and the scientific process with
But
their
I
money.
feel like we need to enshrine this as a principle of how governance works, because it is just fundamentally impossible, I think,
Mm.
for certain changes to ever happen within current Western democracies, because the amount of unity that it requires is
Mm.
is unformable. I feel like it's almost provably impossible to get enough people to agree on specific good things that welling upwards from the people at least will happen. It is possible that some people you elect might have some good ideas that actually help people and they do them, but it's not going to come from the people itself. It's just going to be like almost by happenstance. And
Mm.
because some people in elected office still believe that maybe if I do things that actually make people's lives better, they'll like me for it. And it's true that like post facto, if you do something good, people might later be like, "Oh, that was neat, and I like it, and I don't want to lose it." But it's like a weird game where you give the people the good thing first, and so that's also kind of not democracy. It's a weird game where you have people just doing things for people, and then hopefully they respond with "I kind of like it," as opposed to people voting on what they think should happen.
Mm.
No, I mean, I agree. I agree, Rula. There's
Or
a lot to
prime
be afraid of these
minister.
days.
Yeah. Okay, we've
All
made
right,
our 2 hours now, Dave.
we did it. We did it. Now we don't have to talk about politics anymore. But thank you all for joining us.
Yeah, thank you.
Nice going through the
Take
game
care.
with you. Unfortunately, poor Tomotake did not win at Mahjong. Oh, fine, 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 fine. Hold on. I'll do it before we fade away. Wait, what is Ruler wants us to? I will wait. Oh wait, I'll go back to my cool webcam. I thought I was in webcam view. I've just been staring at this empty Mahjong. Ooh, pardon me. Been staring at this empty Mahjong game.
Oh, have a question. Okay, Rutler.
A
We'll
question.
answer the question.
I am not currently on the ballot for prime minister in any principality. So if you would like to get me on your ballot, please let me know about Sega. A question about Sega.
Okay. We have not played Sega Mahjong for a while,
It's been a
but
bit.
maybe we'll be able to try and answer it. I think they made some changes recently, actually. I saw
Did they?
something and I didn't really pay attention to the changes.
Can I pay with a
I,
non-Japanese card? I
it's Visa, I think so.
Interesting. I remember trying and not being able to, but I might not have known the best way to try.
Yeah,
What?
I would have thought with a Visa you can.
Oh, interesting. Mahjong Pocket said they paid with
Uh,
Mastercard before.
I mean, Mastercard can be dodgy. I don't know when you did that, but like they keep falling out with some of the major
It's
payment processors in Japan for some
it's the
reason. I don't know why.
Mastercard. How?
Yeah,
It's the best.
really? Huh.
That's
I don't
strange.
know why. Mahjong, I don't know if anyone here has. Yeah. Does it allow you to use PayPal? PayPal should work if it allows you to use
PayPal would work, yeah.
PayPal. The font. Oh, oh, are you? You might need to enter it in what do you call it? The full byte. You know, like you might need
Oh,
to,
yeah, the width.
yeah, you tried half width full width. I don't know.
Hmm.
Oh. Hmm. I mean, maybe like um tweet me the error message next time you get it, and I'll see if I can read it for you. I'm give you my Twitter handle. That's
Hmm.
my Twitter handle. Um, yeah, it's the same as my Twitch handle. It's not difficult. But yeah. If you tweet me the error message, I'll try and read it and see if I can understand, and we can try and get you back onto Mahjong. Mahjong Soul? No, don't go there. Sega Mahjong.
Oh
If you
God.
have Mahjong Soul problems, do not message me them. I will not help you. I will be
Yeah.
an extra obstacle.
We can only
Thank you
help with
so much,
other
Rizzo.
platforms at this juncture.
Katakana, maybe that's what you have to try.
Hmm. It's possible.
Yeah. Do you know what? The Japanese payment processors don't check your name on your card. Good times. Right,
They
guys.
what? What? Wait. How do they not? That's
Don't
crazy.
ask me.
Okay.
It's great. Right.
Thank you all for joining
Thank you
us.
guys.
And I guess
See
I'm
you later.
obligated to say good night, America, wherever you are. But I don't know how to say it like we do in the show because I didn't watch the show. But I did it. I said it. I did it. And now we leave. Goodbye. Goodbye forever until next week.
Wherever you are seems like a threat.
It's a little, yeah, where I will find you. Goodbye, everyone.